This is a cool ride I just got from Chester. Hi everyone! Hi. Great bunch of guys off on their own little holiday. Thanks very much.
Have a great day. Bye.
Okay, I am back on trail. Now back across the road where I just got dropped off. Haven't even started on the trail and there is trail magic. Some empty water and a whole lot of rubbish. It's a bit of a shame. Not that I was going to have the trail magic, because I have just come from town. Alright, good afternoon. It is day 109. Yes, that is a lot of days since I went into town. Unfortunately, I was stuck in town. I arrived Thursday afternoon. It is now Tuesday afternoon. I was stuck in town waiting for a package that had my passport in it. And finally, after being put off, finally today, the third-party contractor that DHL used has admitted they have lost my passport. Little information. Alright, so yes, so my passport is lost somewhere. They gave me a verbal and I've asked for it in writing and an email to confirm it's lost. And then when I get to the next town, I will have to apply for another passport. Oh, so frustrating. Also in the town, Mum was great. She wired me some more money, but the two Western Union branches in Chester couldn't give me the money because I wasn't from the US, which seems a bit weird. I got lucky. Was at Dollar General trying, and the clerk, assistant manager, I think, she was just going off duty, so she took me to her place to use the internet to try and download the special app they need, and just wasn't working. So she was heading into Susanville, a nearby city about 35 miles away, so she took me in. And then at the second place I tried there, finally I got some money. So that was a bit stressful. So it's not been a relaxing stay in town. It was also 4th of July when I arrived. So a few things were shut. But the Lutheran church have opened up their backyard to us hikers, and we can stay there. They've got a porta potty and hand washing station for us to use. Really, really neat. And I met Janice, who looks after it all. Lovely lady. So yeah, it's free, but we all give donations to help out with the costs. So I did that for a couple of nights, and then some of the 4th of July people left. I was able to get a motel room for a couple of nights, just for a little bit of pampering, and then back to behind the church again. So yeah, very glad to get back on trail. Wow, I just want to relax and completely forget about all of those stresses for a while. So today I've got, I can't remember what it is exactly, 11 or 13 miles just to get to the boundary of the Lassen Volcanic National Park. I need to camp there because in the park you need a beer can. And as I got rid of mine, it means I need to push through the park in one day, and it's 20 miles. So get to the edge of the park, camp today, so it's a very gentle day today, just to ease back into it, and then into the national park tomorrow. Oh, trees, nature, no cars, no buildings, no courier companies. Yes, good to be back on trail. The one bit of good news So I contacted Black Diamond about getting replacement wrist straps, because as you can see, this one's nearly dead. So I couldn't find them on their website or on Amazon, and I got a reply back from them saying that they would be sending me one for free. So wow, absolutely amazing customer service from Black Diamond. So hopefully in my next location I'll be able to swap out my old wrist straps onto my hiking poles and continue on, because these poles, Black Diamond Women's Pro Trek, they have done all of my through hikes. So what have they got now? Probably 8,000 kilometers on them. The poles themselves are pretty good. I did lose the plastic part on that one, but it still works fine, so it doesn't really matter. So yeah, well done to Black Diamond. The only changes that I've made is I glued down the toes on my shoes. They started lifting after 1.5 days, this little part here, and then got quite bad. I contacted Ultra, the shoe manufacturers, and they said I had to send them back to them. They would assess, and only then would they send new shoes, and it would take about 3 weeks, which isn't very practical when you're on the trail. So I just bought some glue from the hardware store and fixed it up myself. And I have 4 days food with me to get me to Burnie Falls. There's a couple of places along the way I can get one meal as I go past. I'm not sure if I'll do it or not. I think I've had a good fill of town food. I ate a lot while I was in town, so may just keep going. Hello, squirrel. Look at the colours on that. Lots and lots of dirt track crossings. Quite hard to get that sense of wilderness when you're constantly crossing roads, but that's alright. We'll get clear of it soon. And the first flower of the day. Not a lot of flowers in the forest though. I just noticed also got these ones here too. Just this one little patch here. The rest of it's been pretty dry. I know a lot of people said, oh, we shouldn't have too many fires this year, but as far as it's looking very dry already. There is some greenery around, but yeah, I think we're still going to have issues with fires later on. So now leaving the Collins Milnor forest, so I assume we're back into the Larsen Forest Park again. I started climbing, very gentle climb up a small hill. I haven't actually really looked at the map to see what I'm doing today. I've seen that there's no big ups or downs, so I'm just going to take the trail as it comes till I get to the park boundary sign. Yeah, some more, something a little different. I'm guessing this used to be an old road because it's awful wide and flat for our normal trail. Trail just came out there. That's a pretty big road. And heading back in. Either I've been going slower than I wanted, or it's a bit further than I thought, because that says Larsen Park 12.3 miles. Stover Spring 0.9 miles, and I've been walking 3/4 of an hour. So that should be at least 2 miles. Getting some splashes of colour. Little purple plants. Little purple flowers. Just in these open bits. Ooh, It is hot in these open bits. Definitely appreciating the shade where I'm getting it. This is the spring, not the nicest looking water source. Okay, and I continue. From the spring, I've been climbing this little weeny hill. Looks like I'm just about at the top of it now. Really open terrain and really quite warm. That's what you get for hiking at 2:30. Not excessively hot, but definitely a lot warmer than it has been for a while. Right, that little sign says I'm back into Collins Pine land again. Whew. I think I'm just about done with the uphill, and then I'll be dropping down to get to the river. It's the Feather River again. Remember, I had to drop several days ago. Had to drop right down steeply, cross a bridge and back up. That was a branch of the Feather. So I wonder if this is the same Feather River. It's a different branch. Hey, saw my first PCT hiker of the day, heading the other way. Seems to be an almost even mix of those going north and south. Even in Chester, talking to the other hikers, it seemed pretty even. And another hiking going the other way. It's funny, you know, when people within half a day of the town that they're not going to be stopping for a chat. They just want to get to the town and get that food. It was a long section in the more open scrubby bit, but now back into the trees again and starting to drop down. Short stretch in the trees, but what it's done, it's opened up now. I can see a valley way down there. It's a big grassy valley, and then we've got the mountain there, another little mountain there. And as you can see, just coming back out into the open now. There's a little bird down there. I think it's a quail or something like that. That is trying to hide from me. Should be breaking cover soon. Yeah. Woo! It's fast. There's cows and a house in that field down there. Just crossed a road, starting the downhill to get down to the river, and then from there going to be flat for a little bit, and then uphill most of the rest of the day. So that's that meadow that I've seen from a different angle. But I am going to be turning here and heading down. Here's a new insect. Sort of like a stumpy fat version of the New Zealand cicada. Yeah, there we go, new insect. That's pretty cool. Got flashes of yellow when it was flying. I could see the yellow, so I'm not sure if it's the legs that are yellow. These are pretty. I like the colour. Been a couple of little weeny patches of these, but not too many. Still heading, well, even though I'm just going up a little hill now, predominantly still heading downhill to the stream. Lots of berries, getting ready. It's going to be the frustrating thing when all the berries are ripe, not knowing which ones are edible or not. This is the bridge over the North Fork of the Feather River. I can't remember what fork it was. I did a few days ago, but there you go. So I'm going to stop here and get some water. And then it's another, I think, 5 miles to get to the campsite. I don't remember seeing this. Could just be because the flowers are dead, but they seem really flat, just sort of hanging on it in bunches of very flat leaves. And these are little cuties. A few spikes there though. Ugh. And watch out for that one. Now I'm starting to head back uphill again. There's a fence here. Big tall fence too. Wow. Yeah, so 5.6 miles to get to the park boundary. I was just reading the gut hooks to see what the water's like there, and saw a comment from Smalls. She went through on the, well, the comment was on the 16th of June. Another big wide road to cross as opposed to the little weeny dirt tracks I've been crossing. Even have a fancy little sign here. Assume that's talking about the beer cans requirement in the national park. Right. More of these cute little flowers. I love the little yellow bit inside. Once again, for scale, they're not very big. A few of them along the path here. It's still the flat bit before I start climbing. Looks like a swampy area off to the left. So definitely no camping around here. That'd be mosquito heaven, and I'm not stopping either. And then the hill's gone quite rocky off to my right. I will be climbing that one shortly, but at a very gentle gradient. Just notice these ones. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure if the flowers are always turned down or that's because the sun's gone, but yeah, still not, once again, not overly big. That's a pretty lake in there. I've started the climb up the hill. Gradient's a little steeper than I thought it was going to be. Still not bad, but I am puffing. Neat rocky area. Where I've come from, I've just come to a little open bit, and the views are forest. Just out of sight of the trees are those mountains I saw earlier. I might see them once I get up to the ridge line. Still climbing to get up onto the ridge. Just come into this more open bit and saw these. I think I'm just about at the ridge line now. And then it's going to be along the ridge line, just going around the hills at the top. It's following the lizard. Yeah, all the way until I think I drop very slightly before getting to where I'm going to camp. Another little pond in there, and it's so still with the dark light. It is a mirror. It's lovely. Right, I am on the ridgeline, and I have less than 2 miles to go. So just on the ridge, up and down a little bit. And I know I'm just about there because I'll be crossing a little dirt road just short of where I'm going to stop and camp. Yeah, some more snow plants. Aren't they beautiful? Still love seeing them. It's nice also seeing them now in this stage. So there you go, 2 more snow plants. Oh, it's getting later. It's 10 to 6 and the mosquitoes have started. Means I can't stop for very long. Yeah, this is a nice little clear bit. I actually get a bit of a view. Come from there. Panorama can't be very slow because if I stop I'm going to get attacked by mosquitoes. Even just walking slowly they're Pretty aggressive here. Not being polite and waiting until I actually stop. Oh. So, everything's going to have to be done on the move. So it looks like there's a lake down there and there's a big meadow over there. Just grabbed some water from that stream and I had to be pacing up and down and filtering while moving because the minute I stopped I got swarmed with mosquitoes. So putting my tent's going to be fun. I'm not too far now. That is Lassen Volcanic National Park and I can go no further without a beer can. So, right here. So where my tent's going, looks relatively flat. That'll do it. It's actually not actually very flat. So I'm going to walk back the other way and look for a nice campsite.